In today's video, we're going to look at this massive crypto pump because yes, in the last 24 hours, we saw that all of these coins that we've been mentioning on my channel saw this major pump towards the upside, and exactly as I predicted, Bitcoin broke out from this symmetrical triangle and reached our price target and even broke this major resistance and came all the way up to the levels of 57,000 US dollars. But yes, we're going to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. Are we going to get this massive pump all the way to the previous all-time high and this godlike candle of 10,000 US dollar pump all the way up to the previous all-time high? Guys, we're going to look at the charts of Bitcoin, but not only that, we're going to look at some of these coins that saw this major pump towards the upside. Because yes, if you would have invested a month ago in all of these projects that we've been talking on this channel, you would have made some major profits. And I told you that PITH is going to break out from this major range. I gave this call exactly here in my buying area that I posted in my free Telegram group, and we saw this major pump towards the upside, and we didn't even reach my price target of $1 yet. So yes, we could expect a further move for the overall crypto market. But before we're going to go over to the altcoins, let's go over to the chart of Bitcoin, and we're going to start on the monthly chart of Bitcoin. This means that each candlestick represents 1 month, and we are at the moment exactly here, 18% under the previous all-time high. But guys, we are just before this major halvening where the amount of Bitcoin that are being mined is going to be reduced by half. So ultimately the supply of Bitcoin gets reduced by 50%. And we could expect this major parabolic run towards the upside, because if we're going to look at history, then each and every time after the halvenings, we could expect this major parabolic run. And yes guys, you're too early, because the fun only gets started after the Bitcoin halvening, where we could expect this parabolic run towards the upside. So guys, one more time, dollar cost average into all cryptocurrencies, because you're still extremely early and we could expect this major pump towards the upside. So let's go over to the weekly chart of Bitcoin, because yes, exactly in these levels I told you that we could reach this next major resistance area, and exactly these levels we are entering. If we're going to zoom in on the weekly chart guys, we can see that Bitcoin is close to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level, round about the levels of 57,523. So ultimately I could expect that Bitcoin is going to fill this gap, and that we're going to see the price come all the way up into this major resistance. Because yes, if we're going to zoom out, within the previous bull market, this was major resistance exactly here, and also support exactly here. So ultimately we could expect that the price movement of Bitcoin could see a small consolidation within this level. But ultimately guys, this looks extremely bullish, and all the FOMO is going to start exactly here. Because yes, what is driving this major Bitcoin hype? Yes, the price. And if the media is going to cover that Bitcoin is so close to the previous all-time high, what is going to happen? A lot of people are going to buy Bitcoin exactly here and going to hype into the markets, and this is going to drive the price of Bitcoin even higher. And yes, I believe that we're going to break the previous all-time high before the Bitcoin halvening, and that we could expect this major super cycle towards the upside. But guys, let's go down on the even lower time frames, because yes, on the daily chart I told you if we're going to break this trend line towards the upside, we could expect this price target, and exactly that happened. We saw this major pump towards the upside. And yes guys, we've been trading all of these moves in my Telegram group. We opened a trade on Beam and also Bitcoin, which we closed 134% in profit, and also we opened a trade on TIA. So yes, if you want to copy all of these trades guys, make sure to be in my Signal group, links are in the video description below. And if you want to trade all of these moves guys, sign up to one of these exchanges where you receive a major deposit bonus. And if you want to earn passive income through copy trading, DAX only copy trading, make sure to watch this video exactly now. Because yes, if you're going to deposit 100 US dollars, you get $10 absolutely free from BITFLEX, or you get a 30,000 US dollar deposit bonus depending on your deposit with Bybit. And if you don't like any KYC, make sure to sign up to MaxC. But ultimately guys, I told you exactly what is going to happen to Bitcoin, and we perfectly reached our price target. Because if we go down on the even lower time frames of Bitcoin, on the 4-hour chart, we can perfectly see that exactly here we opened this trade at the break of this major trend line, with the first price target being the 88.6, exactly as I predicted in the previous video. And then we saw this major pump towards the upside to the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level. And look how perfectly these Fibonacci levels work. Look, this major resistance exactly here, where the price movement got a rejection but bounced off from the 1.618, and we saw this major pump towards the upside exactly to the 2.618 Fibonacci retracement level. perfectly. So ultimately guys, we could expect this further move towards the upside, but guys, we saw this major pump towards the upside, so we could expect a consolidation before we're going to see the next major leg towards the upside. So yes, we're going to take the Fibonacci retracement level from the previous low before we had this breakout all the way to the swing high, and now we perfectly can see that this major resistance area we were talking about, and where we also got this 4-hour candle close exactly here, perfectly lines up with a 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, which usually is a retracement level after this massive pump towards the upside. And in a bullish move, we could expect this consolidation, this retest of this major zone, which also lines up with the previous resistance, which will act as support, and then we could expect this major move towards the upside, going even higher for Bitcoin. But guys, don't be surprised if Bitcoin just keeps on going higher, and that we could expect that yes, we're going to see this massive pump and this massive FOMO starting exactly now. And yes, it would absolutely be possible that Bitcoin is going to reach the $60,000 by the end of the week. So ultimately guys, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, because on the monthly chart the picture is clear, used to extremely early, and the FOMO only starts now before this major parabolic run towards the upside. But guys, we need to look at the altcoins, because yes, ultimately we made some major profits on all of these altcoins. So let's go over to the first altcoin, which is going to be Link. Because yes, I've been covering Link exactly from this major breakout, from this major zone. But what is going to be extremely important, guys, we're seeing that Bitcoin is already 18% under the previous all-time high. So this would roundabout be exactly here if we're going to compare it with the price movement of Link from the previous all-time high. But yes, we're seeing that the altcoins are really lagging behind, and that we're only at the previous bull market support and also resistance exactly here. So ultimately, we could expect this pump at least to the 61.8 and even all the way up to the 88.6, and this would still be a major move towards the upside. From the current price movement of Link all the way to the 88.6, this would be a move of 136% in the immediate short term, and just to the conservative price target at the 61.8, this would be a pump of 79%. So ultimately guys, used to extremely early. So let's go over to Pith, because yes, I've been telling you exactly here to buy Pith at this buying area, which I posted in my free Telegram group. Links are in the video description below, and let's take this measured move all the way from this buying zone all the way to the swing high. This would have been a pump of 128%. So yes guys, ultimately my next price target is going to be the $1 mark, which would have been 170%. But if we're going to look at this move all the way from the current price movement, this would still be a percentage gain of 41%. So ultimately guys, dollar cost average into Pith. And yes, like I told you in the previous videos guys, don't be scared to buy in the bull market exactly the heights, because yes, you're going to wait for a long time if you're going to wait for any major pullbacks. And let's go over to the next coin, because exactly in these areas I bought the high on Beam, exactly at this yellow line, and a lot of people gave me a lot of hate for buying the top after a massive pump towards the upside. And yes, the last time we looked at Beam, it was round about these levels where I told you guys, you are extremely early and don't be scared to buy the top exactly here. And yes, we took this measured move from the current price movement all the way to the target, but let's take it from the current price movement at the recording of this video all the way to the swing high. Guys, this would have been a pump of 8%. So yes, you didn't buy the top exactly here, and we also didn't see a retracement. So this was the perfect entry, buying exactly here. But yes guys, the best example is going to be Nosana, where I told you to buy Nosana exactly in these levels after this massive pump towards the upside. And yes, this was a pump of 35,000%, and I told you guys, don't invest a huge amount, but ultimately we could expect that the price movement is going to pump even higher, and that we're not going to get any retracements. And if we're going to get these retracements, guys, this would have been a major discount. And exactly from these levels where I told you to don't be afraid to buy the top, we already saw this pump of, guys, 55% all the way to the current price movement, and we could expect an even further pump towards the upside. So ultimately used to extremely early, because we're still going to get this major move for all of these altcoins all the way to the previous all-time high. or at least to the 61.8. And if you're going to invest into Arweave, exactly here, you could expect the price target in the immediate short term of 240%. And remember guys, I mentioned all of these projects in this video. So yes, ultimately guys, you need to watch this video. If you're new to the channel, smash up the like button and subscribe, because ultimately guys, we could expect this major pump towards the upside. As we can see that Bitcoin is trying to break the previous high, we could expect this continuation even higher, because the hype is real and the price of Bitcoin is bringing this major adoption, because the price is always a leading indicator for a major hype that is going to start exactly now. So use this opportunity, dollar cost average into all of these projects. And if you want to buy crypto on the spot market or trade it on the futures account, guys, sign up to these exchanges where you receive a major deposit bonus, because yes, you're still extremely early and this is only the beginning of a major bull cycle which is going to end mid of next year. So guys, dollar cost average into all of these projects, smash up the like button and subscribe, but most importantly, be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.